This shit ain't for kids, bruh. What up everyone, it's your boy X-Man87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends X-Men Age of Apocalypse Wave Sugar Man Build-A-Figure Series Shiro Yoshida aka Sunfire action figure review. Before I get into everything, if you could please drop a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, going to hit you with that 1-2 punch of X-Man87 story time, and then we'll take a look at the new Sunfire action figure. Earth 295, known as the Age of Apocalypse world. Japan was destroyed by Holocaust. Sunfire being one of the few Japanese heroes humans left in the country, he was forced to see how Apocalypse killed all his relatives while being held captive by Holocaust. Soon after his family was killed, Apocalypse almost drowned Sunfire in the blood of his people. Surviving such a cruel act, he was sent to Apocalypse's ship to be experimented on. He had his powers pushed to the limit by dark beasts, which resulted in his skin being constantly ablaze from being self-burned to the extreme. Being tortured by death as a prisoner on the ship, he was then rescued by one of Apocalypse's henchmen. That henchman was Cyclops, who freed him from his torture and helped him for the two to escape together. Sunfire then killed Death during his escape. He then joined the X-Men. Sunfire wore a containment suit to contain his powers and went on to fight Apocalypse's forces, becoming one of the X-Men's most trusted members. Once he heard Holocaust was going to start another culling in Chicago, Rogue formed a team of X-Men to stop him, which was being considered as a suicide mission. Despite the high stakes, Sunfire volunteered to join the mission. Fortunately for the X-Men, they succeeded in their mission with every member staying alive. Sunfire and his team were present during the final battle against Apocalypse. Apocalypse was killed and the reality known as the Age of Apocalypse seemed to vanish and reverted back to our main Marvel world of the 616 universe. Later on, it was discovered that the AOA reality had survived. AOA Sunfire was seen when the 616 main universe versions of X-Force arrived to the Age of Apocalypse reality. The character died later on in the Dark Angel saga, as he and the other X-Men of the AOA universe came through to our universe 616 to battle Archangel and his horsemen trying to save Earth. In action figure related media, this AOA version is his second figure in the line. The first one came from being the winner of the Toy Fair fan vote back in 2007 and released in 2008. And still to this day, I am waiting for that X-Men 275 Gambit costume to be released, as the others here did with updates. The AOA version of Sunfire has become arguably the greatest look for the character ever. Alright, so I want to start things off with a bang here, and you guys know me, I'm an action figure genius, so if a figure does not come with accessories like this one here, I will find accessories to, you know, pretty much substitute for the figure and have fun with it, you know? Gotta know how to have fun with your figure. So right here, I have the Demogoblin glider. Yeah, this looks freaking crazy. Almost looks like he has like flaming wings, but definitely wanted to capture something where he's like rising in the air and the flames are going, they're like blowing down instead of up. But damn, this looks so freaking good. And if you're asking yourself how I achieved this, well, basically what I did was take those little flaming loops from the Fantastic Four Johnny Storm figure, and I just pretty much looped it from his elbow and around into the foot socket of the glider, and just kind of just, you know, found a way to wrap that around, and it stays really well. You know, it doesn't, I took a picture of this guy like this and it didn't fall on me or anything, and I wanted to hide those claws you see here from the glider and obviously the head, so I wanted to make sure I have it on an angle where you don't recognize that. So this is something really cool if you want to accessorize your AOA Sunfire. He already has flames sculpted onto his forearms, so no biggie. If you want to add some more flames, again, you can grab those flaming loops and just wrap it around his arm like so. And yeah, that looks good on his bicep if you want to flame him up a bit, or wrap them around his ankles. I believe the first AOA Sunfire figure had flaming sculpted on the shins, so you know, you can do that. I think that looks good. I try to put the Walgreens Fantastic Four Human Torch fisted hand onto the figure so he could have two fisted hands, but the only thing is that it's very orangey, so it doesn't match at all. I don't know, maybe if you add one of those flaming punch effects, you can get something out of it. Then I got this crazy trailblazing flaming kick effect that came with the Storm Collectible Street Fighter V Ken action figure. I actually did something like this because I wanted to get some sort of a blast off effect, so kind of just hook that into the back of his calves, and damn, look at that, that looks so good. You get this like curving flame flying effect as if he's kind of looping around or whatever, but damn. So what do you guys think? I think this is freaking epic looking. Again, as an action figure photographer, I'm always looking for things like this. Oh my god, this face sculpt is freaking epic. I just love this Sunfire look. It's actually my favorite Sunfire look ever. So you got the Japanese face mask here that's actually a separate piece on top of the translucent head. So that's brilliant. So you can get that translucent type of look when you stare into his eyes. This is so good, man. Hasbro did an amazing job right here. With some tools, you could probably remove this if you try hard enough. But yeah, just looking at the flame effects on his head, it's absolutely gorgeous, man. And look at how those eyes look when you put a light behind it. That looks absolutely fierce. And you get this nice sculpted collar piece that's actually attached to the flames. It's all one piece that's sculpted, and it is a separate piece, so if you try hard enough, you can remove it. It is glued though, so I'm not going to try to pop mine off, but it looks like it's plugged into a peg there. Because you got another peg hole at the bottom of the back right here. So, I don't know, I can't tell, but that's what it looks like to me. The rest of the body, absolutely beautiful. I love the whole translucent body and this black glossy paint they chose to paint over it. I just think it's such a beautiful touch. And I always found it a funny design choice to color in his six-pack. But it looks good, especially when you see all the other black bits, you know, in this costume. When you look at the back, you get this sort of spine pattern. And if you crunch his ab crunch forward, you get one more there. So it looks pretty hidden. There's black above there, and then on his shoulders. Again, I really like the glossy black paint they chose here. And you also get that design on the inner arms as well. Get some black stripes right there on the forearms, and his fingers are plain. And in the comics, he's supposed to have some black lines going across the fingers. So they didn't do that here. But I'm so happy he's on this body mold that we've seen on Sunfire and Scarlet Spider, etc. This is just a perfect body buck in my opinion. Then looking at the rest of the body, you get his black undies, which again, you get that black glossy paint over the translucent part. And the translucent part is it's darker, much darker in this area of the crotch area, as you can see. Not like the rest of the body that's much brighter. And then, you know, you get more of the black. Here's looking at the legs. You know, you get that nice AOA pattern of the Sunfire costume. You got that on the knees as well. More black leading towards his feet, shoes. Man, this is just an awesome design. And then you get your standard peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So there you go, guys. That was the AOA Sunfire, and he is the one you guys requested most for me to review first out of the wave. Now looking at him with the LED lights pointed at him, it just looks absolutely spectacular. I just absolutely love this look, and it makes it feel like you actually bring this character to life. Now to dive into articulation, his head moves that far up, and I do feel like this does hinder the maximum range that you can get for the neck. And his head looks that far down. It moves left, right. It does have some pivoting and not much rocking around. His arms move that far up, which is really good. It moves down and all around. You get the shoulder butterfly joint, which I love so much. You get the shoulder swivel, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in past the 90-degree. Then you get a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge. His ab crunch moves that far forward and that far back. You got a waist swivel. His legs move that far apart, so that's all you're going to get, not a full split. His legs move that far up and that far back, so you're not going to get a full frontward split either. And then his legs rock around. You got the thigh swivel, double jointed knees and heel to the Sunfire butt. Sweet. You got the... Who the hell is texting me right now? Damn it, Bright2J! You got the calf swivel. Ankles move up that far, down that low, and he has that awesome all-around ankle pivot. As for comparisons, I do not have the first AOA Sunfire figure to compare, so apologies in advance. Anyways, here he is next to his classic Sunfire version. Here he is next to an AOA related character in Blink. Here he is next to Silver Samurai. Here he is next to X-Force members Wolverine, Psylocke, Phantom X, and Deadpool. And finally, here he is next to another AOA related character. We have the Holocaust Build-A-Figure. Alright, and now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 9 out of 10. All this figure needed was alternate hands for me to give it a perfect score. They did a repeat of last time with the same right closed fist and opened left hand. A missed opportunity here. I feel that we got an updated figure of the character, but not an upgrade in the accessory department. Don't get me wrong, this one is a million times better than the last AOA Sunfire with sculpt, paint, and articulation. I loved photographing this figure. I had a ton of fun making that translucent body shine. I absolutely love translucent figures. Sometimes it's iffy because there's more of a high risk for some of the plastic parts to break, but this body buck is so solid that I don't have to worry about anything breaking. This body buck is built to give this translucent plastic durability and longevity. So now I kick it back to you guys. What do you guys think of this figure? What other AOA characters would you like to see next in Legends form? Comment below, let me know. That was my review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below. Get your Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse X-Men figures at Big Bad Toy Store, link is in the description below. Check out my website, xmanny87.com, to view my photo gallery. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.